Welcome to my notes on translations. So this is the first of 4 transformations that we are going to learn this year. So I want to show you a couple slides so we can figure out what it means to translate. So I'm going to set these to 0. Okay, so now if you look here, you can see that I'm doing what to the blue image? Am I doing to the blue image? I am sliding it and creating a new image. Now, what direction am I moving? Hopefully you said horizontal. Horizontal is side to side. Now, what direction am I moving here? Hopefully you said vertical. Vertical is up and down. Now, let's take a look. That was a trapezoid. Now let's take a look at a triangle. So let me set them both at 0. And now you can see what direction am I moving? Horizontal. And what direction am I moving? Vertical. Now I want you to see, what did I move now? Hopefully you said I moved horizontal and then I moved vertical. So they don't all have to be individual. Sometimes I can do 2 at a time. I can go left or right, then I can go up or down. Okay, now I have one more image that I want you to take a look at. Now we have Bart Simpson. So this is the original Bart Simpson, and this is the new Bart Simpson. Because notice here I see a D prime, A prime, and B prime. And all this is a letter with a quotation mark saying that this is the new image. So my question to you is, how do you get from D to D prime, the new image? So if you start here, you're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the right, and down 1. And another way of saying that is we went horizontal +5 and we went vertical -1. Now let me do that to the other points. So we're going to go from A to A prime. Remember, A prime is the new image. So we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the right and down 1. Once again, horizontal 5, vertical -1 because I went down 1. Okay, and let's double check B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Horizontal +5 or right 5. And down 1 or vertical -1. So you can see in a translation, not only am I sliding, but the image looks exactly the same. Same size, same shape. So nothing has changed other than the object just slid. So now let's take a look at our notes and fill them out together. So it says translation. A translation is a type of transformation. It is sometimes called a slide. Think of translate. You see the letters SL. Whoops, I didn't do that very well. So you see the letters SL in translate. And you also see that the word slide starts with SL. So we use those 2 letters to help us remember it. So in a translation, the translated image is the same size and the same way up as the original figure, and every point moves the same distance in the same direction. So I want you to look at these 4 pictures, these 4 animals. We have an owl, a lion, a hippo, and a cat. Which one slid and has the same size and the same shape? Hopefully you said the owl. Because notice the lion got larger, so that didn't stay the same size. The hippo actually turned and onto his back, and the cat, his tail actually flipped. Okay, here his tail is pointing to the right, now it's pointing to the left, so it actually flipped. Okay. So now a translation is a slide, and notice same shape, same size. So when we do our translations down here, I want you to make sure you're doing the same size and the same shape. So make sure you have a ruler on hand. Okay, you can pause the video if you need to get a ruler. If you're watching this in class, you should have one in your desk. Okay. So it says translate ABC 5 units down. So we're going to underline, we're going to underline translate ABC 5 units down and label the image A prime, B prime, C prime. So I want you to put your pencil on A, and we're going to count 5 units down. Now when we put our pencil here, we're not going to count that as 1. We're always moving up or down or left or right. Okay, and when we do that, that counts as 1. So as soon as we move, that's 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And put a dot right there. So we're going to call this A prime. It's an A with a quotation mark, showing that this is the new A because I slid it down 5. So now I got to write the new coordinates. So remember, when I write coordinates, I start at the origin. So -2, -1. So I'm going to write down -2, -1. Go to B. Put your pencil. And it says move down 5. So don't count until you actually move. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to call that B prime. So put a B with a quotation mark. And that new coordinates, so start at the origin, over 1, down 2. So that's 1, -2. And now put your pencil on C, and we're going to count down 5. Now remember, okay, this shape is covering up this spot right here, but I still have to count it. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I end up right on the origin. We're going to call that C prime. And I'm going to write the ordered pair 0, 0 because it's right at the origin. Now get your ruler. This is where your ruler comes in handy, and you're going to connect the dots like this. Okay, so now we've created a translation where we moved the whole image 5 units down. Notice same shape, same size. Now, we're on the same graph. Now it wants us to translate ABC 6 units right. So underline, translate 6 units right. And now we're going to label the image A double prime, B double prime, C double prime. Now the double is because this is the second image on the same graph. So once again, it says translate ABC. So start with A, and we're going to go 6 to the right. Now, when we count here, there are 2 spots covered up, but we still have to count them. So put your pencil on A and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and put a dot. And this new ordered pair is going to be called A double prime. Now I need 2 quotations, okay? And we're going to write the ordered pair, which is 4, 4. Now put your pencil on B and go 6 right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Put a dot. And we are going to call that B double prime. And the new coordinates are, remember, start at the origin, 7, 3. Okay, we always write our X first, so 7, 3. Once again, go to C and go 6 right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And call it C double prime. And the new coordinates start at the origin, over 6, up 5, so that new ordered pair is 6, 5. Now take your ruler and connect the points. Like this. And now we've created a translation where we moved the original figure ABC 6 units to the right. Notice same shape, same size. The only thing that happened is that the image slid. Okay. All right, let's look at example number 2. It says translate ABC 3 units left and 8 units down. Label the image A prime, B prime, C prime. Okay, now we have 2 things to do. The other 2 questions we did one at a time. Now we're combining. So watch what we do. Let's underline, translate ABC, 3 units left and 8 units down. Okay. Put your pencil on A, and we're going to go 3 left. So we're going to count 1, 2, 3, but I'm not going to put a dot yet and color it in because I haven't gone down yet. So now go down 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, put a dot, and we're going to call this A prime. And start at the origin, -5, -4. So write down -5, -4. Okay, now put your pencil on B, and we're going to go left, 3 left, and 8 down. So count 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we're going to call that B prime. Now notice in a translation, same size, same shape. Notice in the original, the B is below the A. So in my translation, the B better be below the A or I miscounted. Okay, the image has to look exactly the same. Okay, so B prime, start at the origin, -2, -5. Okay, now C prime, 0, 5. Oops, so this is the original, and now I got to go 3 left and 8 down. So 1, 2, 3 left, and then down 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that is called C prime. And we're going to mark the ordered pair -3, -3. Now, take your ruler and connect your dots. And notice it's the exact same image. The letters are in the exact same spot, okay? And it's the same shape and same size. Okay, we've got one more example and then we'll take away the graph. So, let's clear this out and turn to page 6. Okay, it says translate MNOP horizontal -2 and vertical -5. Now, what I want you to do, before we do that, we need to go over some terminology. So I want you to actually write in your notes, I want you to write the word horizontal. And it's really windy outside in case you hear the wind. So horizontal, and you're going to draw a line that looks like this because horizontal is side to side. Now I also want to label something on here, okay? What direction do you think is positive and what direction do you think is negative? So hopefully you said left was negative, and you can remember that by just thinking about, so put a negative and a positive here. And if you were just thinking about a coordinate plane, the negatives are to the left, the positives are to the right of the origin. So that's an easy way to remember it. Now vertical, write this down, looks like this. So the direction is up and down. And if you look at a coordinate plane, you think up is positive or negative? Hopefully you said positive, and hopefully you said down is negative. Now, when we see these words, and negative or positive, we should know what direction we're moving. Okay, so let's look at the example. Now we're ready for this. Translate MNOP horizontal -2 units and vertical -5 units. So horizontal left or right, but we notice it's negative. So we look up here at our little cheat sheet and we're going to write down left 2 because negative is to the left, okay, and horizontal is side to side. Now, vertical is up and down, but notice this says vertical -5. So am I going to write up or down 5? That's correct, down 5. Okay, now, every single one of these letters, and I'm going to go in order, MNOP, we're going to move left 2 and down 5. So, take M and go left 2, 1, 2, and down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And put a mark, and you're going to call that M prime. And we're going to write the ordered pair, which is don't move, and then go up 2, so that's 0, 2. Okay, so we take the helicopter. Put your pencil on N, and we're going to count left 2, down 5, 1, 2, and down 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to call it N prime. And we're going to write down the ordered pair, so over 6, up 2. So we're going to write down 6, 2. And then O, we're going to go left 2 and down 5. Well, if I'm at 5 and I go down 5, I know I'm going to be at 0. So put a dot here. And we're going to call that O prime. And of course, if we're at the origin, we're at 0, 0. And then P, we're going to go left 2 and down 5, 3, 4, 5. And this time, over 6, up 0, so we're at 6, 0. And we're going to call that, I forgot to label it, let's call that P prime. And grab your ruler and connect your points. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to look at writing the ordered pairs for the given transformation. So I'm going to show you 2 ways here, and you can decide which way works best for you. Okay, I'm going to show you with grid paper, and then I'm going to show you a little shortcut as well. And so you can decide. I'm not going to show you the grid paper for every single one, but just for a couple, so you can see, you can decide for yourself if you want to use grid paper or if you want to do the algorithm, which is basically what we're adding or subtracting to it. Okay, so I'm going to show you, so we're going to be at 5, 1. And I'm going to pull up some grid paper here, hopefully, if I can find it. And I'm not sure where it went. And there we go. Okay, now, if you're using grid paper, okay, you need to make your own coordinate plane. And I know this isn't going to be perfect, but I'm using a highlighter so that you can actually see it. So if you're using grid paper, you make your own coordinate plane, and then you mark the point 5, 1. So over 5, up 1. Now it says go 5 units left and 1 down. So you start here and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and down 1. So your new ordered pair is 0, 0. So let me go back to the original. Let me see if I can find it. Whoops, that is not it. I know you are probably laughing at me here. And I can't find my way back. Okay, so now we are totally lost. Until I can find where we were. There we go. Okay, and now we are back. I apologize for that. Okay, so if we're not using grid paper, we're going to write x, y. This is my x, this is my y. Now, if I'm going 5 units left, I'm actually taking away from the 5. So you can look at it as if you're subtracting 5 if you're going to the left, because you're going in the negative direction. So you can write 5 minus 5 is what? 0. And you can write down my y value is 1. If I go 1 down, I'm going in the negative or the positive direction. Negative, so I can do 1 minus 1. What's 1 minus 1? And it's 0. Okay, so you can decide if you want to graph it on grid paper when you do these on your own, or if you want to use the algorithm. So let me show you one more on grid paper. And then I'll show you the rest with the algorithm. Okay. So the point is 2, negative 3, and you don't have this paper, so you can just watch. Okay. So I'm going to make my coordinate plane. And I'm going to graph 2, negative 3. So 1, 2, 3. All right. And it says we move 6 units right and 10 up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and up 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'm slightly off the graph. I'm right up here, slightly above the graph. So then my ordered pair, I would just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So my new ordered pair is 8, 7. Now let me show you with the algorithm. And I got to get rid of this page. Okay, much quicker this time. Okay, so we have our x and our y. And now when we're going to the right, we're going in the positive direction, so we're actually adding. So we can do 2 plus 6, and what's 2 plus 6? 8. And then we start with negative 3, and we're going to go up 10. So is that positive or negative? Positive, so we're going to write negative 3 plus 10, and negative 3 plus 10 is actually 7. So we got there the same way, one with a graph and one with just the algorithm, knowing whether to add or subtract. And here's how I know to add or subtract. If I'm going in the positive direction, I'm adding. If I go in the negative direction, I'm subtracting. Okay, so we got 2 units right and 9 down. So I'm going to write my x and y so I remember. 2 units right, so I'm going in the positive direction, so I'm going to add negative 5 plus 2, which is negative 3. And then 9 units down, so I'm going in the negative direction, so I'm going to start with 4, and I'm going to subtract 9, since I'm going in the negative direction. And remember, subtracting 9 is the same as adding negative 9. And 4 minus 9 is negative 5, so my new ordered pair is negative 3, negative 5. Okay, one last section, and then we are done. So write the ordered pairs for the given transformation. So now we're using horizontal and vertical. Okay? So once again, x and y. The x is related to horizontal, and the y is related to vertical. So this says -3 units horizontal. So am I going negative or positive? And hopefully you said negative, so I'm subtracting. So 0 minus 3. And what's 0 minus 3? -3. And now 2 units vertical. Positive or negative? Positive, so I'm going to add. So I'm going to start with -4 and add 2. -4 plus 2 is -2. Okay, letter B, 9 units horizontal. So positive or negative? Positive, so I'm going to add. So -7 plus 9 is +2. And then I'm going to look at this, -1 units vertically. So negative or positive? Negative, so I'm going to subtract. So I'm going to start with my y value, which is -2, subtract 1, and I get -3. Okay, last example. I'm going to start with 6. 0 units horizontal. So I'm going to actually do nothing. So I can just write +0. And 6 plus 0, of course, is 6. And then -10 units vertically. It's negative. So I'm going to subtract. So I'm going to start with 6 minus 10. And I get -4. So either way you do it, you can either sketch it on grid paper or you can actually use the algorithm, whatever works best for you. That concludes our notes on translations. Hope you have a great day.